Hey there Chiefs Kingdom, let me ask you this, could we actually see TQ Hill back in Kansas City? Yeah, you heard me right, the cheater himself. It's a question that's got everyone talking, and today we're diving deep into it. Seriously, we couldn't do this without your support. Let's keep the momentum going, so if you're new here or just haven't hit that button yet, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and subscribe now to join the kingdom. Now about this TYREEK Hill buzz, it's got everyone in a frenzy after the Miami Dolphins' tough loss yesterday. That officially knocked them out of playoff contention. TYREEK made some comments that have Chiefs fans wondering the reunion is on the horizon. Here's what he said: "I'm opening the door out, bro. It was great playing here, but at the end of the day I've got to do what's best for my career. So what does that mean for us? Is it just wishful thinking, or is there a real chance we'll see him back at Arrowhead? Let me know what you think in the comments right now." Here's a fun poll to kick things off: if the Chiefs have the chance to bring TYREEK back, should they do it? Type T4 trade or P4 pass. I'll be reading through your takes, so don't hold back. Alright, let's jump into the details of Tyre's time in Miami and why he's ready to leave. Stick around, because it's about to get interesting. When TYREEK Hill left Kansas City in 2022, it wasn't just about the money, though the Dolphins did make him one of the highest paid wide receivers in NFL history for the last 3 seasons. TYREEK played at an elite level in Miami. Let's break down what that looked like in his time with the Dolphins. TYREEK racked up some incredible st. He earned to first-team or pro honors, led the league in receiving yards and touchdowns in 2023, and remained one of the NFL's most dangerous offensive weapons. The cheater still had the speed, agility, and ability to make game-changing plays. Oh, and let's not forget, he missed just 1 game in his Miami tenure. That's durability at its finest. But here's the thing: while TYREEK put up big numbers, the Dolphins' team's success didn't follow. Miami made the playoffs twice during his time there, but failed to win a single playoff game. That's a tough pill to swallow for a competitor like TYREEK, who's used to the winning culture we've built here in Kansas City. It's no wonder he's frustrated. When asked about his future, he didn't hold back, saying, "I'm too much of a competitor to just be out there." So why now is TYREEK ready to leave Miami? It boils down to this: he wants to win, he wants to compete for Super Bowls, and let's be real, there's no better place for that than Kansas City. But is a reunion realistic? We'll get into that soon, but first here's a question for you: would welcome TYREEK back despite his departure a few years ago? Drop a comment, and let's hear your take. Coming up, we'll explore how the Chiefs have managed without Ty, and whether they even need him now. Don't go anywhere, there's a lot more to uncover. When TYREEK Hill left Kansas City, it felt like the sky was falling for some fans. How could the Chiefs possibly replace the production of a player so electric, pivotal to their offense? But here's the thing: Chiefs didn't just survive without TYREEK, they thrive. Think about it. In the 3 years since Tyre's departure, Kansas City hasn't just remained competitive, they've been dominant to Super Bowl appearances and 1 Lombardi trophy later. It's safe to say the Chiefs found ways to win without the cheater, and loss of that credit goes to Patrick, Miz, Andy Reid, and Brett V. They reimagined the offense, spreading the ball around and making it nearly impossible for defenses to key in on one player. Let's talk about the wide receiver room. It's been a mix of veterans and young talents stepping up. Players like Juju Smith-Schuster, Emily Harden, and most recently rookie Rishi Rice have all contributed. Rishi, by the way, was having a breakout season before his injury. Remember that name, he's going to be a star. And it's not just the receivers. Travis Kelce has continued to be the heart and soul of this offense, playing at a Hall of Fame level year after year. The running backs, led by Isaiah P.O., have added a new dimension to the offense with their versatility. All of this has made the Chiefs more balanced and less reliant on a single superstar. Here's fun question for you: who has been your favorite Chiefs player to watch since TYREEK left? Drop their name in the comments. I'd love to hear who stood out to you. Now, does this mean the Chiefs wouldn't benefit from Tyre's return? Of course not, he's still one of the best in the league, but the point is Kansas City has proven they can win without him, and that's what makes this situation so intriguing. Do you risk disrupting the chemistry of an already successful team to bring back a player of his caliber, or do you stick with what's working? Up next, we'll tackle the financials and logistics of a potential TYREEK trade. Can the Chiefs afford it, and what would cost them in DRA capital cap space? Don't go anywhere, we're breaking it all down. Alright Chiefs Kingdom, let's get real for a moment. If TYREEK Hill does make a return to Kansas City, it won't come cheap. The financials are a massive piece of this puzzle, so let's break it all down and see if this reunion is even possible. First, let's talk about Tyre's current contract. He's still under a deal with the Miami Dolphins that runs through 2025, and here's the kicker: his base salary for next season hovers around $40 million. That's a hefty price tag for any team, even one as well-managed Kansas City. Sure, you could argue that a player of TYREEK caliber is worth it, but fitting that's into the Chiefs' salary cap, that's another story entirely. Let me ask you this: would be willing to give up key pieces or draft picks to bring TYREEK back? Type Y4 yes or in4 no in the comments. I'm curious to see how many of you are ready to make that Leap now. If a trade were to happen, the Chiefs would likely need to part with significant draft capital, probably a second and third round pick at minimum. Considering how Brett V has nailed recent drafts, is it worth giving up those picks? Remember, this team has built its success on smart decisions both on and off the field. Let's not forget the wide receiver room. Kansas City has several players on rookie contracts, Rice, Sky Moore and others, who are contributing without breaking the bank. Plus, you've got options in free agency. Players like Mecole Hardman and DeAndre Hopkins could return for a fraction of what TYREEK would cost. Hopkins, for instance, has been a great fit since his arrival and doesn't carry nearly the same financial burden. Here's another angle to consider. The Chiefs have thrived because of their flexibility. They don't rely on one or two stars to carry the team. Instead, they spread the ball around and keep defenses guessing. Would Tyres return in hand stats, or would it tip the balance too much so? Chiefs Kingdom, what do you think? Is TYREEK worth the financial gamble, or should Kansas City stick with its current formula? Hit up the comments and let's debate this one. Alright Chiefs Kingdom, let's talk heart, not numbers or strategy, but what it would mean emotionally to see TYREEK Hill back in a Chiefs jersey. Imagine Arrowhead Stadium erupting as the cheetah runs out of the tunnel, roar of crowd echoing through the kingdom. It's a powerful image, right? But would it be the fairy tale reunion we all want, or something a bit more complicated? Turn. Tyre's legacy in Kansas City is undeniable. He's a Super Bowl champion, key player in some of the most electrifying moments in Chiefs Kingdom, but let's not forget reasons he left in the first place. There were frustrations, contract disputes, and a feeling that his time in Kansas City had run its course. A reunion would require TYREEK, the team, and fans to move past any lingering tension. Could we do that? Let me know in the comments. How would you feel about TYREEK wearing red and gold again? There's also the question of how this move would impact his legacy. Would returning to Kansas City cement TYREEK as one of the all-time greats in franchise history, or would it complicate his story? Some players thrive when they return to their roots, while others struggle to recapture the magic. Chiefs fans, here's a question for you. If TYREEK came back, would you expect him to perform at the same elite level as before, or would you be okay with him taking on a more complimentary role? Let's hear your thoughts. As we look ahead, it's clear that a TYREEK Hill return would be about more than just stats and WIs. It would be a chance to rewrite history, to add another chapter to an already incredible story. Whether it happens or not, one thing is for sure: this conversation has reminded us all of what TYREEK Hill means to the Kansas City Chiefs. Coming up, we'll wrap things up with some final thoughts and predictions. Will the cheater come home, or is this just a dream for fans? Stick around for the conclusion. It's one you won't want to miss. Kingdom, we're here to discuss an exciting possibility. TYREEK Hill could be returning to the Chiefs. Cheetah, after 3 seasons with the Dolphins, has publicly stated that he wants out of Miami. Will we see our favorite speedster back in Kansas City? Before I get into the details, I want to thank all of you for helping the channel surpass 65K subscribers. It's amazing to see the passion and support from Kingdom here. Our next goal is to reach 70K subscribers, and I know we can achieve it together. For those of you who haven't subscribed yet, now's the time. Click that subscribe button now and become a part of this community that lives and breathes Chiefs. We've got daily news, hot rumors, in-depth analysis, and more, so stay tuned. Now let's get straight to the point. TYREEK Hill, after years as one of the NFL's top names, is looking for a new direction. But is Kansas City the right destination for him? Let's find out together. After the Dolphins' elimination from the playoffs, TYREEK got straight to the point. During the press conference, he declared, "I'm out, bro. It was great playing here, but I need to do what's best for my career." With those words, the Cheetah made it clear that he has his sights set on new horizons. This statement caused quite a stir in the NFL, especially among us Chiefs fans. After all, TYREEK Hill made history in Kansas City, being an essential part of winning the Super Bowl. Is he signaling that wants to return home? What we do know is that in Miami, TYREEK shined individually, but the Dolphins didn't achieve results they expected, as a team that can be frustrating for a competitive player like him, who has already tasted great achievements with the Chiefs. So Kingdom, what do you think? TYREEK is ready to return? Comment below with your thoughts. TYREEK Hill has not disappointed in Miami. His 3 years with the Dolphins, he has put up incredible numbers: 2 All-Pro selections, led the NFL in rushing yards and touchdowns in 2023, and accumulated nearly $80 million in earnings. On the other hand, the team as a whole failed to make it through the playoffs, losing all of their key games during that period. Meanwhile, the Chiefs continued to win and won another Super Bowl without him. These contrasts beg the question: does TYREEK miss being in an organization that is constantly competing at the highest level? He might want to return a place where playoff wins are a reality. Miami has been a lucrative and productive chapter for TYREEK, but perhaps something bigger is missing. The possibility of a return to the Chiefs could be just what he needs to get his taste for lifting trophies back. Let's talk about the biggest obstacle: money. TYREEK has 2 years left on his contract with a base salary of about $40 million per season. That's a hefty sum for any franchise, including the Chiefs. Still, it's important to note that TYREEK Hill remains one of the most impactful players in the league. Investment may seem high, but the return he offers both on the field and at box office is equally gigantic. On the other hand, Chiefs have managed their salary cap brilliantly. maintaining flexibility and competitiveness, adding a hefty contract like TYREEK's could limit other major moves. So Kingdom, what would you do? Is TYREEK Hill worth the financial cost, or would it be better to invest in other areas of the team? Comment your opinions. If the Chiefs want to bring TYREEK back, they'll have to give up draft picks. The current estimate is that a package of second and third rounders would be enough to get the deal done. This raises an important question: is Kansas City willing to sacrifice these picks? Rekindle the Cheetah partnership. Draft is a vital tool for maintaining long-term competitiveness. On the other hand, TYREEK Hill has already proven himself to be a generational talent, someone who can change the fortunes of a seasoned player like him. With proven chemistry with Mahomes, could be the difference between making playoffs and winning another Super Bowl. So Chiefs Kingdom, we want to hear from you. Tell us in the comments, T for trade or P for pass. Let's decide together. Since TYREEK Hill's departure, the Chiefs offense has not lost its luster. Led by Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid, and Travis Kelce, the team has continued to dominate the NFL and has won 2 more Super Bowl titles. The key to that success has been adaptation. Reid and Mahomes have adjusted the offense to exploit different offensive weapons, spreading the ball around effectively. It has shown that the Chiefs are not dependent on a single player, not even someone as special TYREEK Hill. However, there's no denying that TYREEK could add an explosive dimension that no other wide receiver can offer. His unique speed and ability to create long plays could make the Chiefs' offense even more lethal. What is certain that with or without TYREEK, the Chiefs system remains one of the most dangerous in NFL, but the question remains, would his addition elevate the offense to an even more dominant level? TYREEK Hill's numbers in Miami have been absolutely stunning. He's racked up over 1,700 yards per season in 2 consecutive years and has 13 touchdowns in 2023, even with a slump in 2024. He's still one of the best in the league. These stats show that TYREEK has not only maintained his level of production after leaving the Chiefs, but he has also proven that can be effective in different systems. He is a rare talent who can transform any offense into something special. However, as he ages, it's normal for his numbers to gradually decline. Still, even a slower version of TYREEK Hill is better than most wide receivers in the NFL. If Chiefs decide to bring him back, they'll be securing a player with proven track record and the ability to make an immediate impact. Is it worth the investment for such a big impact? The Chiefs are building a solid foundation. In their wide receiver group, Rashee Rice was a revelation before her injury and seemed poised to become one of the best young talents in the league. Addition to him, we have names like Sky Moore and Justin Ross, who also bring potential. Adding TYREEK Hill to this group could be a double-edged sword. On one hand, he brings experience and skill that could accelerate the development of these youngsters. Maintaining a group of young, inexpensive wide receivers gives the Chiefs greater flexibility to invest in other areas such as the defensive line or protecting Mahomes. The question is, do Chiefs prioritize youth and building for the long term, or do they bank on Tyre's experience to maximize their chances of winning right away? In addition to Ty, the Chiefs have other options to bolster their receiving core, names like Michael Hardman and Juju Smith-Schuster, who already have chemistry with Mahomes, are viable options for 2025. Hardman example is a speedy player who has already proven to be a useful weapon in the Chiefs' offense. While he doesn't have the same impact as TYREEK, he could fill a similar role, but at much lower cost. Juju brought stability to the midfield and proved to be a reliable option in decisive moments. He is not the most explosive player, but he makes up for it with consistency and chemistry with Mahomes. The big question, is it worth investing in a star like TYREEK, or would it be smarter to invest in internal solutions and strategic hires? The decision could shape the Chiefs' future for years to come. One thing is for sure, Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid know how to use TYREEK Hill in Kansas City. We saw one of the most exciting partnerships in recent NFL history, with Mahomes throwing perfect bombs to the Cheetah. Andy Reid is known for his ability to maximize the talents of his players. If TYREEK returns, Reid will surely find creative ways to integrate him back into the offense, adapting him to the current scheme. Additionally, Mahomes and TYREEK have always had a special connection. The chemistry between two was almost telepathic, with Mahomes relying on TYREEK to make impossible plays at crucial moments. If Reid, Mahomes, and Brett Veach decide that TYREEK can add value to the team, we can trust them to do so strategically. You Kingdom trust that decision. TYREEK Hill has already secured his place in Chiefs history. He was an essential part of the team's Super Bowl XI victory and recorded unforgettable moments such as his explosive runs and unlikely receptions. Additionally, he is one of the most recognizable players of the Patrick Mahomes era, being part of one of the NFL's most dominant dynasties. TYREEK is not only a great player, but also a legend who helped redefine the team's offense. Despite his departure, relationship with the Chiefs remains positive. His impact on the team and fans is still remembered fondly. Many believe that one day we will see TYREEK Hill's name in the Ring of Honor at Arrowhead Stadium. The possibility of TYREEK returning only deepens that emotional connection with fans and reinforces his legacy as one of the greatest players to ever wear the red and gold. Chiefs fans are divided on TYREEK Hill's return. Some believe He can still be a difference maker for the team, bringing back that explosiveness only he can offer. On the other hand, there are those who prefer to move on, trusting in the development of young talent and maintaining the team's financial stability. For these fans, Tyre's departure is over, and the team has proven that it can win without him. One thing is for sure, TYREEK still very much loved in Kansas City. Many fans look back on his historic moments with nostalgia and believe he can bring another era of success to the team. What about you? Kingdom would welcome TYREEK back with open arms, or do you think it's time to move on? Leave your thoughts in the comments. One of biggest concerns regarding TYREEK Hill is the financial impact of his contract. With a base salary of $40 million, bringing him back would require adjustments to the team's budget. Chiefs have been masters at managing the salary cap, staying competitive while investing in strategic areas. Adding TYREEK to the roster could compromise that flexibility and limit other key moves. Kingdom, now we want to hear from you. Should TYREEK Hill return to the Chiefs? Could he be the player that is missing to make this offense even more unbeatable, or is it better to invest in the talent that is already on the roster? The discussion is complex, but one thing is certain: the Chiefs have all tools to continue their dominance with or without TYREEK. However, the thought of the cheetah returning to Arrowhead is something that warms the heart of any fan. Leave your thoughts in the comments and join this epic conversation. Don't forget to subscribe the channel for more exclusive content about the Kansas City Chiefs. We're all on this journey together towards the next Super Bowl. Until next time, Kingdom, like, share, and let's keep the flame burning. Go Chiefs! Kingdom, now we want to hear from you. Should TYREEK Hill return to the Chiefs? Could he be the player that is missing to make this offense even more unbeatable, or is it better to invest in the talent that is already on the roster? The discussion is complex, but one thing is certain: the Chiefs have all the tools to continue their dominance with or without TYREEK. However, the thought of cheetah returning to Arrowhead is something that warms the heart of any fan. Leave your thoughts in the comments and join this epic conversation. Don't forget to subscribe the channel for more exclusive content about the Kansas City Chiefs. We're all on this journey together towards the next Super Bowl. Until next time, Kingdom, like, share, and let keep the and that experience is invaluable, especially against a good football team. So we need to do better, obviously, but that opportunity again is something that's special. So with that, time jurors, next I'm going to meet with a team tonight, and I'm going to tell them what it looks like, and then I'll come to you guys and let know Gufik. Yeah, no, I saw it was good for him to get the reps in there, and that's a plus. Yeah, for sure. We'll just see. I've got to go back and look at all of it and eval right now. It's too early tell you. Yeah, listen, he did some good things, and then he had some things probably went back, a couple of throws, but, he do all right. Yeah, it looked like he was efficient and really ran the offense. Well, he's a good player. LOTV, is that where his future? Well, we'll see. I'll look at it and see how he did, and nothing jumped out at me that said negative on it, so, but I've got to look at the tape, and I'll get all right. Guys, yeah, obviously not good enough. We didn't play great as a team. I play my best either, but you move on from this one pretty quick. It was fun to get out there, fun to give myself a lot of guys a chance to just go out there and compete, but obviously they were the better team today. Hard to say. I don't like to make an excuse about anything. I missed some throws, did some things, want some plays back. I think we all do in some capacity, but I got to play better. And unfortunate we didn't sustain a couple drives early, and all of a sudden we're in the second half, so it was just a weird flow of the game, all those things. But, I got to be better. I'll for sure be ready. Whatever capacity is needed, I'll for sure be ready. And, that's the blessing of this week for myself. A lot of guys, obviously the result was not good, but at the end of the day, we got guys out there, some reps that could come invaluable down the stretch here, if needed. Yeah, I don't fully know the schedule yet, to be honest. I'm excited find that out. I know we can't leave town yet tonight, unfortunately. Blizzards all across the Midwest, but I think we'll get a little time to rest and